Hey, what's good? What's good? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy, Damus, Mr. Perfect for right now. It goes back even further than what y'all believe. Got my man CC, the people's coach. We tapped in. We may get a chance to see Bishop as he's dealing with some personal things. He might pull up in case we're here ready to talk about it. Week 7, everybody is going down. We tapped in first formation, week 7 Sunday picks. Coach, what's good with you this morning?
Well, besides the Longhorns loss, I take the split with the Yankees winning. But like last week, tough. Gotta go ahead and say you did that undefeated. I give you that. But this week gonna be a different story.
It may be. But you know what? As I look back, right? Say sometimes you have to take it. I get it. Like when we see those stats on TV, we be like, where did they get those stats from? You gotta expand your mind. So the reason I put Mr. Perfect is because as of right now, I have not gotten a pick wrong since picking the Monday night game from week 5. That's where we're at right now. Kansas City started this reign. I went 14-0 last week. I'm currently sitting at potentially 2-0 for this week. That's 17 straight picks without a miss prediction. That is so Damus like. So in any case, we're gonna see how it goes. We're
What?
gonna see how it goes.
Oh,
We're
so
gonna see how it goes, right? So it's a lot has transpired to where it's what I picked. Like I tend to play different stuff and everything like that. Like I play shout out to guys and girls NFL picks that I have been playing for about 3 or 4 years, myself and Bishop and a couple of people I know. Have been playing that, and as well as making picks and saying all this other type of stuff. And sometimes it's hard due to the fact of how things transpire. So information that we have this morning is not information that was had when most of these picks was made. So now, of course, that changed. Like honestly, I'll wait till we get to it during the picks. But so a lot of things have transpired that we're going to find out during the course of the today's show, and we'll be able to tap in on it, which is going to kind of like what I thought my pick would have been is now what my picks would not be. I could know that off the rip. But in any case, Cece, what are some things that we might be talking about that you think might change some people's ideas on picks today?
Well, Mason Rudolph starting for the Titans is one.
Definitely,
That might change something. Um,
correct.
and I think some of the key players that's out today. Well, we're looking at later on tonight. We go see Devontae Adams in a Jet uniform. Like that might change some things. We'll see how that's gonna look. But then also Russell Wilson's supposed to be playing tonight, right? So that's some changes. I mean, it's been a lot of interesting changes as far as personnel this week. Like when you look at that Lions game, we already talked about it a little bit, but the impact Hutchinson not being available, that may change the outcome defensively for what the Lions are able to do defensively against Sam Darnold and those weapons in the passing game. No pass rush. You look at that potentially no pass rush because the last couple of years he been a whole pass rush pretty much. So you got to wonder if Dan Campbell philosophy of the next person step up. Is that going to be something, or is it going to be nothing? But it's going to be interesting to see some of those moves, though, Trey.
So, of course, like you said, on point with it, when you look at it, breaking it down even a little further, like you just said, Devontae Adams over the course of last week was traded to the New York Jets. And with a move that brings Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams back together again. Now, will this make a difference? We will get to see. You got to take in consideration they have a bunch of skilled players, like they have Brian. They have 2 running backs. They already had a receiver. Plus, they had Lazard. I ain't gonna say Lazard isn't a receiver, but I'm talking about like young talent. They already had Garrett that was there. They already had I don't know why these people slip my mind this time. Allen, who was a new ad. They already had Brees Hall that was there. Now they have Conklin. Now they additionally have added Devontae Adams. This can be potentially what Aaron Rodgers was really looking for, as he was saying. Like now you
Man,
recreate the wheel, a new chemistry.
it's starting to look like you just need way too much help to do
That's the
to
way I
do
look at
your
it.
job. It's just starting to look like you
That's
need a
the way I
lot
look
of help
at
to do your job. I mean, that's what it's starting to look like to me. But on the other end, maybe it's gonna help them some. I think the biggest thing is not having weapons. Lazard is not a weapon. 1 week we was giving him props about Lazard doing it. Man, he finished that game with 37 yards, like 5 catches and 37 yards. It's not looking good receiver wise. And Aaron Rodgers blaming receivers for interceptions when it's like, nah, you threw that pass. You knew that was a bad pass. Y'all not on the same page. The Jets, they got some work to do, but I think if Aaron Rodgers is still that guy like they saying he is, then we'll see something. We'll see something. I mean, because like I said, too much help right now. They're not running. And then here's another thing that I saw. They offensive line. Why didn't they go younger on the line? They got old Tyron Smith on their line. That's probably part of the reason why their offensive line is sorry, man. He ain't been good. Let's just face it. He was in Dallas all them years. He ain't been good the last 4 or 5 years, man. Lots of injuries. Maybe injuries are taking their toll, but he ain't been the Tyron Smith that was Pro Bowl. He not wearing that prolific tackle. So I don't even see. But that's the kind of decisions that you make when you the Jets. Like, why is this guy? You got to have somebody younger that can do a better job.
What's good, comment? So yes, there are some good games today. Might make picks a little harder because last week everyone should have been in the upper echelon of 7 or 8 wins in picks last week. So you're exactly right. Like it's definitely like there's some pros and cons now when you take a look at it conversation wise in reference to the New York Jets. But do you think there's more upside now with Davante Adams in the fold? He's only been there a week. So it's like even that with that only week of practice, does that resonate for the simple fact of you knew Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers helped build your career to who you are right now to an extent. So are we expected to see some of that same stuff? Or what I'm saying? I think those are some of the questions that come into play when you look at the situation. However, Aaron Rodgers has gotten older. We have seen where Aaron Rodgers, I mean, those same passes that he was throwing to Michael Williams and was going awry, and he was looking at it like this is your fault. Are we going to see that with him and Davante Adams potentially? Or are they going to dumb it down and make it a little more simpler as some little short intermediates working the inside, working the middle before he looks to go with opportunistic passes like deep balls and things like that? I don't know. You still got Breece Hall and Brian Allen that's still on his that he has his outlets, or the run game. Does the run game get instituted? Like
They
I
don't
think
have
it's
a
so
run
many
game
questions.
because the offensive line ain't blocking in the run schemes, man. You got to open a hole or give a guy a cutback lane or something to get off, man. Like you can't expect these running backs to keep having contact in the backfield and do anything positive. You got to start blocking. I think they can block. You saw a little bit of it against against the Bills last week. They last game.
Yeah.
I thought they moved the ball early on, especially. I thought they moved the ball fairly easy against that Bills defense at first, but they kept kicking field goals, and you saw they got. But see, that's when you're a bad team, all your faults start to shine, right? Like it wasn't the offense played pretty decent, put up some points, gave you a chance to win, but then your special teams let you down, missing all those missing field goals. I mean, that's when you're a bad team. It shows up everywhere. Like it ain't just the offense, it ain't just the defense at times. It's the team, man. Like you can't kick one through the uprights. You practice in that same wind, going that same direction.
And to
You
think that
warmed up.
NFL is thinking about, and I think the NFL is thinking about making the uprights smaller, the zone smaller. That's crazy. But I mean, yeah. So yes, and then so let's look at the other side. We just found out Hassan Reddick has decided to end his holdout and has agreed to some terms with. I didn't get a chance to take a look at it, but agreed to terms to be a Jet. So he's back in the fold just as we are speaking. Is that going to pick up, help out the defense even more so where now they might be more of a balanced squad with Hassan Reddick coming back into the fold? or do you think it's going to take a little bit for us to even say that? We at week 7. Are we talking week 9, week 10 before we can honestly see what the New York Jets potentially can be?
Well, I think by then it's going to be too late. So now is the time to start. But I think Hassan gonna have to work himself in. He ain't played all season. Like, he rusty. He ain't gonna just come in. Like, he'll have some impact here or there, but it's gonna be sparingly in the beginning, right? Like, he got to work himself into shape. We ain't seen him out there. He ain't in game shape. So that's gonna take a second, but I think it is gonna boost that defense because he draws attention. You got to block him now. It's gonna free some stuff up once he really get acclimated to the defense, but it's gonna take a second.
So, of course, you got other things that happened, transpired for the most part. You have, of course, the game that's on right now as New England is getting thrashed. I ain't gonna say thrashed, but they're taking the L right now, losing by the score of 25-16 as we speak. 2 minutes left to go. The Jaguars have showed a pretty good showing, and are just a minutes away from having another win as
The Patriots make me mad. The Patriots make me mad. You can't keep having leads in these games, and you're supposed to be a defensive mastermind or whatever, and your team keep coming up short after having leads. Like, they were winning this game.
I've been checking out this game this morning, and of course, one of the things that happened, I think, that turned the tide. Like, taking consideration, they was up 10-7. And then 10-7, and then Jacksonville got another touchdown, 14-10, and then a turnover, and then of course a 97-yard punt return. Special teams tends to turn the tide on no matter what, for the most part, because those are points in which you don't expect to get. Those are points that are gotten that you don't expect for the most part. You expect to probably get some good yardage on return, so that way it puts you in primary field position, and then you can take it from there in field goals, red zone completions, or whatever case like that.
We know punt team and we know kickoff teams are just like extra parts of the defense, man.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying.
Three phases.
You can't go out there and play for your players at times, but it just seems like the Patriots is one of those teams that always have the woes when it look like they got control of the situation. They always have some woes and some big mistakes, almost comical at this point. Like, I picked the Patriots to win that game because I thought they had better defense, right? And I thought that defense would do something against a struggling Jacksonville. But you can't give up special teams points. You can't turn the ball over. You can't make a lot of mistakes when you that sorry.
So I think one thing, because right now Jacksonville is actually on their own 7-yard line as the Patriots just turned it over on 4th and 26 on their in the Patriots. On Jacksonville 7-yard line. So Jacksonville is currently running the ball, looking to probably finish it out as a 3rd and goal with 1 minute and 45 seconds left. So one of the things that what you were just saying, right? And when you look at that, right, it comes back to, I don't like, okay, New England wasn't, so a lot of things come into play, in my opinion, is when you don't have the exact tape on people that you need to make sure that you can defend them properly. So I think what has been beneficial in this case is those rookies that have just been added to the Jacksonville Jaguars that haven't been that great, and now they pick as a time to come out. So Brian Thomas Jr. has been cooking this morning. What's good, my brother? What's going on, Bishop? Welcome to the show.
What's going on?
What's up?
What up?
So Brian Thomas has been cooking this morning. Brian Thomas Jr. has been cooking this morning, as well as Tank Bigsby. So these are people who initially, like, this is supposed to be Christian Kirk and Travis Etienne Jr. Squad when you come to those two positions, in which Tank Bigsby just added another score. They running it up this morning. So those are like, although they're out there because they play on the team, but you don't have exact tape on it. And I think that has been the benefit to a lot of teams. The 49ers, for instance, Kansas City Chiefs, and which is going to play out to this evening when they face off against one another. When you look at Jordan Mason and what's his name from Worthy, Xavier Worthy, when you now look like they have been playing and you can see a little something, but you don't know fully to have an understanding. because they're going to be playing. It's going to be playing against you and your defense as opposed to you looking at them versus the Jacksonville Jaguars defense. It's different. Yeah. So saying so different stroke for different folks, and I think that's some of the stuff why New England couldn't step up because they haven't seen these guys honestly, and that makes
New England can't step up because they sorry, man. Like it's kind of just
trash.
Sorry. But we was talking, and it's like like some of the games from last week, right? Like let's go on and get it, man. I'm gonna get it out there. Like I talked a little bit about it Thursday.
Please let's get it out there because I told you, CC. I told you, CC, that because I told you your Cowboys did what I told you not to let them to do, and you allowed them to do that, man.
That's what I'm gonna talk about. That jump,
man,
that they calling the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know what that is, man. Like that's just pitiful. Like to get beat is one thing, but to not have effort, not have heart, not have anything. I'm not even talking about the X's and O's. I can get past you executing on the X's and O's, but no effort, man. No, I mean, what's going on there? And then Jerry got the nerve to open his mouth and talk noise to people and stuff about that squad, man. Like, look,
your dog are howling.
It's like, look.
Hey, hold on, Trey. Because I swear this dude had a whole lot to say with my Eagles. But y'all
barely won. And let's not even go there because Jalen Hurts looked awful in that game, dude. He completed 7 passes. You know what I'm saying? He looked awful in that game. Like,
we won.
Whoa.
We won.
Yeah,
y'all didn't.
Y'all won.
Y'all got 3 field goals.
To the point the coach was crying to the fans about the booing. Oh, stop booing!
And that's why I hate Nick Sirianni. I can't
y'all
stand
got
him.
booed after a win.
Straight back.
That is so savage. That's nasty work. Hey, like Eric said, a win is a win.
Hey, it is. A win is a win.
Hey,
but
tell that to the Philly fans. Tell that to the Philly fans, people. Don't tell it to me. Tell it to the Philly fans. The fans didn't think so.
That is nasty work. I tell you.
Straight trash.
That is Philly fans is wretched, man. Goodness gracious.
We are
rough.
It was bad, bro.
And you know that's at the point where the coach or a person has enough is enough when you're required and you're saying that's out, and then you sit up and you going in on the fans like you just got a dub. It's like enough is enough. So he's next on the chopping block. That's what that's saying. Like,
bruh.
Like y'all, like I can't do. You know what I'm saying, y'all, I'm fighting for my life here, and this is gonna give me after a win.
Bruh, it was trash.
Fans are different. So, additionally, like we said, you got the what do you think about? Because we're talking about of course, we have been keyed in on the fact that Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams have been reunited. What about how much of a change do we foresee possibly with the fact of Amari Cooper is now potentially the primary receiver for Josh Allen, or is that going to hurt more than it helps?
I think that's a better move.
Buffalo finna really be problems now. Buffalo is about to be a pure menace. They're about to be a pure menace in the NFL. You didn't add it.
Really?
Listen. You didn't sit here and added Amari Cooper, bruh. Come on, man.
But let's be honest. Was they that potent already? Like they got some L's on their roster. The New York Jets is one game from being tied with them.
You keep saying that, but the Jets are 2-4. They are not one game.
You can't put the Jets in the same conversation as Cincinnati Bengals. You cannot. The Cincinnati Bengals have lost some.
Wait, hold up. Who you think is the better team between those?
They got the same record.
Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a better team.
Is not better than New York right now.
Yes, they are.
Not right now. Both of them.
Yes, they are. They are a better.
They have a better roster on paper.
Yeah,
on paper.
We talk about rosters on paper. Dallas.
I just said what I had to say.
I'm just saying.
All of us can say that.
That's what I'm saying. On that paper, ain't no heart on that paper. You can't.
Yeah, that part. It ain't no heart on that. You right about that one. You right about that one. It ain't no heart on that paper. It is not. And that's what a lot of these teams don't have. A lot of heart.
For real.
But I, in my personal opinion, I think Cincinnati is a better squad now. Well, not now, but before they got Devontae, they had a better squad, in my opinion.
Okay, maybe that.
But but again, when it's all said and done, in my opinion, the Jets' problems wasn't anyone else. It was Aaron. Aaron ain't playing to what everybody expects him to play up to.
You would think his facial expressions make you think it's everybody else.
I just said, I just said that he ain't got, like now, how much help you need to do your job. Like,
right now, he really ain't got no excuses. He ain't really not really right now. He really has no excuses, bro. No excuses. Aaron has no excuse. He done went got one of his former teammates. Now it's time for you to perform, bro. And if you don't perform today, bro, ain't nobody everybody gonna look at, ooh, was it the coach or was it Aaron? Because right now, like seriously, bro, like after the day, you ain't gonna really have much to say. And who the Jets got today? Who the Jets got today?
The Steelers tonight.
Ooh, they about to be tested out the gate, bruh. Me personally, I just feel, are y'all gonna really say Aaron's playing better than Joe Burrow right now?
Not close as far as if you're talking statistically, not even in the same. Joe Burrow doing his thing. Especially in the last 2-3 weeks.
Joe Burrow isn't consistent yet.
What?
There's no consistency with Joe Burrow.
If it wasn't for Joe Burrow, a lot of them games would not be what close as they are.
Yeah, they wouldn't be close.
They would not be as close as they were if it wasn't for Joe.
He found a way to put some points on the board.
He does. That's my thing, and that's what I'm saying. You can't say that about Aaron.
You sure
you
can't.
Cannot say that about Aaron. Aaron three interceptions in one game. Joe ain't doing that. Joe is not doing that. So, in my personal opinion, Joe is doing better.
Cincinnati's as a team struggling, especially defensively, man. Like,
absolutely,
you got to put some games away. If this guy's going to play lights out, you got to put some games away. You can't keep giving up all those points, especially if you're trying to catch Lamar. You won't catch him, but if you're trying to make it decent or at least turn that around and start winning some games, you're gonna have to play better defense. Solely better defense for Cincinnati right now, because the offense, like I said, they can score some points. Trey, they can put some points on the board, Bishop, and you've been seeing it the last couple of weeks, especially they finding ways to put points on the board, and then the defense make it close again.
That part, like these cats, like you got to give it to me. Like the Bengals won last week against the Giants, which they should have won. They had 17 points against the Giants, but then the week after that, they put up 26 points. They beat the Saints. 26-17. Then the week before that, that's when they was on that bad losing streak because they lost to who did they lose to? Cincinnati. Who? The Ravens, right? No, they put up 34 points. No, that's right. Week 3 they put 40. Week 4 they put 34 points on the Panthers. So that you know what I'm saying, they on a 3-game winning streak. Then they lost to the Commanders by 5. Lost Commanders by 5, but they had 33 points. It was 38-33. Lost the Commanders by 5. Then they lost to the Bengals by 1. I mean, to the Chiefs by 1, 26-25. Come on, bro. Bro. And then the week before that, who was that? They lost to the Patriots, which is wow. They lost to the Patriots. Damn. They lost to the Patriots, but it was 16-10. Lost to the Patriots 16-10, and then they lost to I think they lost their first game to the Colts 27-14. So I'm saying, bro, like they in these games, bro, and you can't say like. The only game they wasn't in was a 27-14 game, which really wasn't a whole lot. They lost by 13, but still, you know what I'm saying? That's the only game they wasn't in that they lost.
The Ravens to overtime, didn't they?
That's the other game. The Ravens in overtime. So, like, really? Like, the 3 games that they lost, bro, was more than 10, less than 10 points in all 3 games. Like, come on, bro. In all 3 games they lost was competitive. Well, except for the Patriots. They did lose the Patriots 16-10. But outside of the Patriots, they lost to Baltimore. They lost to Kansas City. And who was that other one? Somebody
else. Right? The Commanders.
The Commanders and the Commanders. Thank you. That's it. The Commanders. All of them. Come on, bro. Like they didn't lose to outside of New England. They didn't lose to no slouch teams.
It's gonna come out. It's so, and I think that's the case with a lot of teams for this year. But I mean, in case we're going to see how it all comes out. Jacksonville just was able to get their victory over the New England Patriots. Now puts them.
That's it. I'm officially not picking the Patriots for the rest of the year. I don't care who they play.
You paid them. You picked them again?
Yeah, I picked the Patriots.
I thought you said that 2 weeks ago. You weren't picking the Patriots no more. I could have sworn out.
Well, I thought they had a good chance against Jacksonville. I thought they were the better team.
So I think that was the Drake May effect. May didn't look too bad, but I mean, you have to sustain that, and that's what's not sustained. He's not sustaining that. So currently, the Jacksonville Jaguars, over the course of the last 7 games, have 2-1 in their last 3 games. CC, we was at the one game to where they lost to the Houston Texans, but since then they have become considerably better. Trevor Lawrence was started out the first 3 weeks with an average of 182 yards. Now he's 226. So something's changing, and which I think is some of the case where it just takes some people a little while to build the chemistry. He said that about every team.
But Drake May didn't do well. But Drake May didn't do bad. He was 26 for 37 for.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't been bad.
That's good. That's no interception, no turnovers. That's pretty good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Was this the second game? Was this the second game?
Yeah, second game. But now the no interception is clearly because of the it ain't like it don't be fooled. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't fall for the banana and tailpipe trick. Because when it came to it, like the Jaguars defense was dropping balls. That's the main thing. Like there was interceptions thrown. It just was completed.
Oh, okay. I
mean, their defense, like it was a 3 or 4. As I watched the game, it was 3 or 4 opportunities for them to get an interception, in which they dropped
a rookie in his second game that's been thrown in under that situation. That's why I said they should have started him from the beginning, man. You see, he clearly better than Jacoby Brissett, and you see how they stalled his development by having him sit. Like those games early on, they probably could have stole 1 or 2 of those or something. They could look better. But now he playing catch up. He playing catch up. It's mid-season. Like, what is he supposed to do at this point?
He's 0-2.
Yeah.
But I mean, in any case, he's 0-2. That makes CC 0-2. I'm going the first game.
1-1.
No, 1-1. Yeah, 1-1. So that makes y'all both 1. That makes y'all both 1-1. But what does that make me?
So yeah, that's right. Because you did pick the Broncos.
Mr. Perfect. That's what that makes me.
It makes you irrelevant. That's what it makes
me. Mr. Perfect. That's what it makes me. 17 straight correct picks. Let's see if we can keep that ball rolling along. But of course, honestly, I'll be honest. I mean, we don't know.
I can already tell you. Notre Dame. You taking the 49ers today, so. Yeah, that's an L.
Am I?
That's an L.
It was luck. It was luck.
That's an L.
Like I said, like I was telling CC, at this point, going back to week 5, I haven't missed a pick since the end of week 5. So this is a span over 3 weeks now. I've got.
It ain't 3 weeks, bro. Boy, this dude.
I ended week 5 with a correct pick.
A correct pick. You can't add. If that's the case, I could add my picks from week 5 going.
Yeah, you did, but you got. Yeah, you had. True enough, I would say that you started off. You got all of us got our week 5 pick correct, right?
Right. So what are you saying?
So listen.
It ain't no 3 weeks.
All of us got a week. All of us got.
How you got 3 weeks and we week 7 though?
Listen to what I'm saying. Week 5, we all start off because we picked Kansas City. I'm talking about as a totality, like consecutive picks. So week 5, we all selected Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs got the win because we all selected Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh took the L. So, but we selected Kansas in the week at the end of week 5. We all selected Kansas City. We go down to week 6. You started out 7 with 7 correct picks or 8 correct picks or something like that. So at that point, you would have been 7 consecutive correct picks at that point. I finished off the whole week. I didn't miss a pick. So I started off with the first week. Week 5 with a correct pick. I got 14 consecutive picks after that. And then I started this week off with 2 correct picks. Hence the reason I say over the course of 3 weeks, I am 17 correct picks. Okay. That's what I'm saying. It ain't. It ain't like what you say. God know the truth. Trey know the truth too, because Trey is Notre Dame. Trey is Mr. Perfect, and Trey is all what I want to be like that over here all week. it's proof is in the pudding. I have statistical data to support my thesis.
Them damn Cowboys. Well, I swear. I
Man,
mean, it's over all day.
Them Cowboys. It wasn't even just the Cowboys for me, man. It wasn't just the Cowboys for me. It was somebody else.
The Denver Broncos. No, yeah, the Denver Broncos screwed me too. Denver screwed me too.
I picked Denver to win that game. I figured
I did too. They beat and they lost.
I did.
No, I'm not talking about this Monday. I'm talking about
I picked the Chargers to win. So I got that one right. That one saved me. That was saved me because Man, it started off like it was gonna be all right, but it wasn't just the Cowboys for me. It was other picks that I made. Like I think I picked. I think I picked the Jaguars last week or something. No, the Jaguars over the Bears, and the Bears crushed them. Like Bears.
I picked the Bears. That's right. I picked the Bears in that game.
The Bears crushed them.
Yeah, I picked the Bears in that game. The Broncos game killed me. The Cowboys definitely game killed me. I picked the Bengals. I picked the Bills. Or no, that was Monday night's game. I think that was the only ones that hurt me, man.
You know what? I can't even be a part of your conversation.
The Cardinals got me because I picked Arizona and I wanted to pick over Green Bay. I picked Arizona. I think that was the other one that got
me. I can't even.
I went like 9-5. I got 5 of them wrong. I said, man.
Oh no, it wasn't that one. That wasn't the Titans. It was the Commanders and the Ravens game. Because I picked the Commanders and it was the Ravens won. I picked the Commanders and the Ravens won. That's right. That's the one.
The Titans let me down. I thought they had a good chance of winning.
Over the coast? Come on, bro. I told you, old man. Come on, I told you, old man Flacco. But I said, old man Flacco, though.
Fourth quarter, man.
Like they had to lead old man Flacco. They did. Old man Flacco, though. Old man Flacco.
Yeah, Flacco like father time out there on him, man. Rolling back the clock.
Hold on. Let me do this. Hey.
Oh my God. I can't even relate to your conversation right now.
Oh, that's how you acted. That's
okay. So a bunch of other stuff, like even in the New York Jets game, in which we was just talking about, as you was coming on, Bishop. Hassan Reddick is back in the fold.
Finally got his stuff. Yeah, finally got his.
Does that make a difference? The Vikings game is coming up today. They say Aaron Jones is going to be active. You know, they just went and got Cam Akers, so Vikings might have just added a little more oomph to their situation. Cooper Kupp is out today for the Rams versus the Las Vegas Raiders. So that might make a difference. Tua is back at practice, so he's expected possibly to be back at week 8. I don't know. Is it going to make a difference for them? What else? Key, that's probably going to be key. The Titans have decided to start Rudolph over Levis. It's about.
But they say Levis got like a shoulder strain or something.
Yeah, shoulder strain or something like that. Well, I mean, tomatoes. Let's just be real. It should be. Rudolph has given them the most upside to the possible dub.
They won one game, and it was because of him, right? Like he won one of the games. Like he won the game.
Like you know what? I would say this: those coaches out there, I learned it the hard way with Trey Lance. Damn all the other stuff. Let's go with who is producing at this point. And what I think the most hardest situation in which you can do that is the Pittsburgh situation, because they're winning. They're 4-2, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers are they 4-2?
Are they 4-2?
4-2
or 3-3? I think.
No, they 4-2.
No, they're 4-2. Yeah, they're 4-2 because their whole division is they're 4-2. And the idea
that's going to be the biggest mistake they made, though.
What is it though? You think so?
Mm-hmm. Going to Russell Wilson, I don't think so, because I think you can go back to Justin Fields. I think that's an easy fix.
But you didn't shut down his confidence, CC. How do you put yourself in his shoes, CC? You're a quarterback in the NFL. You've started since the beginning of the season. You've been traded from a horrible team of the Chicago Bears. You come over to a better team with a coach like Mike Tomlin, who has a phenomenal resume. You're at a quarterback battle between a quarterback who's pretty much what a lot of people would say washed up. He's on his last few seasons in the league. Yet and still, that quarterback is nursing an injury. They put you in, CC, as the starter. You start. You kind of shaky in the first 2 games. Then after that, you still find a way to win, and you've won the last 3-4 games, and you get benched for what reason? You have no idea. You just getting benched. It ain't like, no, you ain't played the best, but you definitely ain't played the worst, and you getting benched. What does that do for your confidence, CC, as a quarterback? What does that do to your character? What does that do to you mentally, knowing that you got benched and you really don't have a reason on why?
Well, it depends on what type of person you are. They can go 2 ways, right? But the great ones wait their turn, right, and say that next time I get it back, I'm balling out. Like, the dude hasn't balled out, and I think what they're trying to see right now is, can they put up more points to take some pressure off that defense? They winning games by shutting the other team down. So now they just try to see if they can get a little cushion in some of these games, especially in games like a game against the Raiders should not be that close. Like what they saying, I mean, so they said, if we this team, we got to try to generate some more offense. So I don't mind they move, and he got to understand that. He said it himself. If I play better, it ain't no dispute. But it's like, yeah, you're not playing as well as they think that they can get. And I think if Russell Wilson come out there and start putting that ball on those receivers and they catching those passes, then it's a wrap for Justin Fields this season. It's over.
But what about this? What about that whole saying, bro? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hey, you know what? We saw that happen to Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow remember the Broncos were sorry. They were sorry. He took them to the playoffs, won a couple of playoff games and everything, and they still talk noise about him and took him out the game. Hey, just win, right? He was winning ugly, but he was winning. Like, he might complete 8 passes in a game, but it was winning. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. Like, you got to win. Like, it's for the sake of the fans. It's for the sake of the organization now that you got to look. You got to be able to put some points on the board. Can you score with Buffalo? They lost to Buffalo last year in the playoffs. No matter who was starting quarterback, they couldn't put up enough points.
I feel you. I don't know. He's a young QB, man. He's only been his 3rd season. This is 3rd season in? 4th season.
4th, right? 4th or 5th?
Is it 4th? I don't think it's his 5th. I think it's
5th, possibly. Yeah, 4th or 5th. I can't remember. 4th
is it a guarantee. I think it's 4th. I don't think it's his 5th. I think he only was in Chicago for like 3.
Because he's still playing under the rookie contract, right? And that's like, what, 4 years? Something like that?
I thought it was 3. I thought the rookie was 3. Is it 4
years? I thought it was
4
years.
4 years, yeah. 4 year. Usually it's a 5 year. You can activate them for the 5th year, or you can give them or they could get their extension on the 4th year. So he might be. I think he's under a 4-year contract though.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, take my hat off to Mike Tomlin. He's in a huge predicament in regards to trying to see what quarterback he wants to start. In my opinion, it's it just is what it is when it's all said and done.
I mean, you got them both on the cheap, so I mean, it's Pittsburgh. You got them both on the cheap, so that's why you can. I'm not mad at the move. I mean, I think Justin Fields earned the job. Like, you there and you winning. I agree with that.
There it is. Hold on. There it is. He's announced. There it is.
So and so when you look at that, right? Let's be real, honest, and remember, Justin Fields. I mean, Russell Wilson was the starter to begin the season anyway, and then until he was
announced the starter, he never started a game though.
Yeah, because he was injured. He was expected to start the game up until the last, I think the day before. Then they decided to go with Justin Fields because Russell Wilson was injured. So he's been injured, and then he came back. He was just activated last week as the 2nd string quarterback because he had been designated as the emergency quarterback throughout the course of the week. So it's just one of those things. And when we take a look at it, is as we talk, I think we had a conversation about it before. Do you lose your starting job without having the opportunity to start because you was injured? Like we've seen that happen to Alex Smith when Colin Kaepernick, but that was a different circumstance because Colin Kaepernick was drafted by Jim Harbaugh. And so he was a part of his system. So, but I mean, do you lose your starting job because of an injury and then you come back, or do you have an opportunity to lose your starting job?
We see it a bunch of times throughout the NFL history, man. That's what happens, especially at the quarterback position. That's how a lot of quarterbacks come up. Like, you know, like look who took over. Like when Randall Cunningham was in Philadelphia, the next man up, right? When he got hurt and he was hurt for those 2 years, Philly couldn't cry about it. They had to move on to whatever quarterbacks that they could get, right? And it took them a while to get another quarterback after Randall Cunningham. Like that team suffered for a while without that. But then now these other teams, they try to set themselves up to be in position to just move on from that quarterback.
Didn't even Brad Johnson have a chance to come back and try to take his position back from Brady, and it just didn't show up? Brady,
no, that was Drew Bledsoe. Bledsoe lost that job. It was a wrap. Once Tom Brady won that Super Bowl, you ain't getting that job back. Because we went to the Super Bowl with you and we lost. We know we won, so you never getting that job back. I think that was one of the most extreme. Alex Smith losing his job to Patrick Mahomes. Hey, yo, we in the AFC Championship game, playing a meaningful game. We just lost to Brady. You ain't getting that job back, bro. I'm sorry, you just not getting that job back.
Do y'all think Mike Tomlin is making the right decision by starting Russell Wilson over Justin Fields?
Yes.
For me, I think he got to see. I don't know if it's the right move, but you got to see. So if you're going to do it, now he healthy. You would have liked to have done it a few games ago, but he wasn't healthy. So right now is the time to see, man, hey, can he put the ball on? This receiver wrote on his face, always freaking open. So let's test that theory. Let Russell Wilson throw some of those passes that obviously this other guy, Fields, is reluctant to throw or even try, right? Like, let's see if Russell Wilson can connect on some of them passes since this guy is always open.
But, okay, let me ask you this, right? Okay, got both of y'all take on that. But now does this play a factor? The fact that they playing the Jets. Could it possibly mean or show Russell being better than he possibly could be because of the fact they're playing the Jets? We're talking about a 2-14 Jets. Could Russell Wilson be shown superior because he's playing against the Jets?
Well, the Jets do play good. They do play solid defense for the most part. I mean, they just can't. They find ways to shoot themselves in the foot. So I think it's going to be it's going to be a good test. Can he move the ball against that Jets defense that's actually been pretty good? Like, you know, under the circumstances, they've been pretty good. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good test for Russell Wilson, but. I'm not expecting Russell Wilson to do leaps and bounds better than Justin Fields. But if he scores one, man, if he throws one touchdown pass, that's better than what Justin Fields been doing week to week. So if he throw 2 touchdown passes, it's gonna be hard. In this game tonight, if he throw 2 touchdown passes tonight, it's gonna be hard for Justin Fields to get that job because they not throwing the ball in. Justin is running it in. They getting close enough where they can give it to the running backs to get touchdowns. They got to throw some passes to score some touchdowns in a passing league, man. And they're not doing that.
And so for me, when I look at it, I think it goes to I think the same thing because in state, when you take a look at it, we know the defense has been the reason they have been getting these dubs, right? So now what you're looking for is more of a quarterback that is more of a better game manager to put you in position and hopefully to give you some of these, to put points.
In the whole saying, Trey, defense win Super Bowls, offense.
Yeah,
so that's how true. It's supposed to be anyway.
But of course you have to have some points on the board in order to do that, and you have a better chance of doing that from a distance at times, or running in, or eating up, or getting the yards, and that's what hasn't happened for the most part in Pittsburgh. So now you add a Russell Wilson. Now you have someone that's probably a little more accurate, or a little more, like he was just saying, reluctant to put the ball down the field. Let's be honest. All they have is George Pickens when it comes to being as a receiver. So now they have to implement other things. They've gotten Jalen Warren back, who was a pretty good receiver out the backfield. So that's going to probably make a difference. Now you have, and I go back to looking at certain things. So you have Najee Harris, who was like a bell cow running back, who is a mirror image of what Marshawn Lynch was as a thumper when he gets the ball. Russell Wilson has been in that situation. So, it's a little more, some of these things are more relative to where he used to play in Seattle, as opposed to him leaving from Denver. So that might be a little more comfortability in that sense, and it might be more of a situation to where Russell Wilson could thrive in that situation. Tom, like we said, Tomlin.
Y'all say defense win championships, but it always gets proven the other way around. You got to be able to score, man. Look, check this out.
You
The
do have to be
greatest show on turf. Remember the greatest show on turf?
Right,
Hey,
but you got to be able to stop somebody from scoring too, CC.
But remember the greatest show on turf?
Because when it's all said and done, the offense don't play defense, CC.
98-99 Tampa Bay Buccaneers was one of the best defenses I ever seen in my life. They held the greatest show on turf to 11 points. And they lost the game because they couldn't score but 6. I think their quarterback was like Sean King or something. You lost 11-6. That defense went to work on the greatest show on turf. You know what I'm saying? But you could only score 6 points. I mean, so one touchdown would have gave you 12-11. You couldn't score one touchdown. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to score points. You got to be able to score.
Hold on, but you saying they couldn't score touchdowns? Again, that's speaking of what? Their defense. Their defense.
So you telling me the Rams defense that year was the Rams defense wasn't that good that year? It was just the matchup that they had, right? Because think about it.
Good enough to stop them from scoring a touchdown.
But think about it. They went on to the Super Bowl, and then what did that Titans defense do? It was still close, right? Like, but the Titans came up an inch short. You still needed to score. No matter how good your defense played, you still needed to put that ball in the end zone, man. And sometimes that's what it comes down to. That's why Patrick Mahomes is winning, because in the end, he know if I need a field goal to beat you, I can get that. If I need a touchdown to beat you, I'm going to adjust to that, and I'm going to go get that against no matter what defense you put out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, defenses don't matter as much as they once did, and I think that's what everybody sleeps on. We live in the past when we say defense still wins championships. The last time a defense won a championship, Malcolm Butler caught a pass in the end zone.
It won the Super Bowl.
It was the Super Bowl. Remember when Malcolm Butler that caught that pass?
Yeah, it was
Russell Wilson's pass.
Yeah,
we're talking Russell Wilson, right? Like Russell, and let's just be real. Russell. I think
this is the Russell Wilson that we're about to see.
Yeah,
right here on these Jets. I mean,
but everybody in the building knew Marshawn Lynch probably should have touched the ball.
Absolutely.
But at the same time,
that was the dumbest call ever in NFL history.
Yeah, it's like when you guys won the Super Bowl, defense wasn't a factor. Like, it was a boat race to the finish, right? Defense only came into play on a situational play where dude knocked the ball, the sack fumble at the end of the game on Brady, right? The sack fumble that ended the game. Before that, Brady set a record. Even though he got outshined by, what was his name? Nick Foles. Nick Foles put on an impressive performance. Remember, Brady still set a record offensively in that game.
Keep in mind, though, that's a backup QB too. That's right. The backup. That ain't the starting QB who did all. That was a backup who did. But
remember, Brady did that. You know what I'm saying? Brady threw for over 500 and something yards in the Super Bowl, so he did set a record. But yeah, like, I can't remember the last time defense was real important to a win, in my opinion.
Right. Jets by 10 on the Steelers. Ooh.
So, of course, a good thing he just brought it up. Eric brought it up. Of course, as we know, while the look came out last week, I won't put it up because I don't want to trigger my fellow co-hosts. So when we go in, right, we have the first game. As we started off the week already, 2 games already in the bag. The first one, the Denver Broncos were able to defeat the New Orleans Saints by the score of 33-10 in the game. Spencer Rattler was the leading passer in that game. He's going to be all right. He didn't have his receivers, but we all know that's Carr's team. And then we just see the Jacksonville Jaguars take care of business over the New England Patriots by the score of 32-16. So with that, of course, that puts our current record as a Bishop chose the New Orleans Saints and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I chose the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. CC chose the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. So that's 1-1, 2-0, 1-1 to start the week off. And here we get ready to get into what Eric say. I told y'all last week the Dallas score.
He did say that. He did say 3 touchdowns. He sure did. Eric did say that last week. And I was like, damn, he sure said that. He did. He did.
So here we go. That sounds familiar, CC. The Seattle Seattle and Atlanta game starting out, gentlemen. Bishop, Seattle, Atlanta. Who you got?
Give me the ATL, man. You like that? You like that? I want to go with you like that. You like that? Georgia on a high right now. They winning upset Texas yesterday in college football. Georgia on a
yeah,
high.
man. I was talking about that earlier, man.
Yeah,
Come on,
Georgia
man.
on a high right now. So I'm taking you like that. You like that? Let me get Kirk.
Okay, and they in the dome too. CC, are you riding that train?
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons. I just don't have no faith in Seattle. After what I saw them, I went with them over the 49ers, and then look what they gave me. Nothing.
I don't know why you did that.
Yeah.
See, now I have pause because y'all both, y'all are not on my level. And y'all both chose that Atlanta Falcons.
So, not on your level. Oh, wow. He just disappeared in the middle of that.
Not on his level. See, this why you can't get nobody that, man.
Y'all both chose the Atlanta Falcons. So that gives me pause because it's like, y'all track record ain't that tight, you know what I'm saying, when you do that. But I agree, Atlanta, they're at home. I think Bijan Robinson is starting to be a little more productive. Algier, I don't know how he was sitting up and off people's fantasy teams, but he has started to pick up, like he's consistent as a backup, 100-yard rushing backup or I'm just gonna go with ATL. I'm rocking with ATL this week as well.
We knew that. I don't know who you was trying to convince.
I know, right?
We knew you was going with the ATL.
Vikings. We'll get to it, Eric, soon enough. Tennessee and Buffalo next up on the docket. CC, are you taking Tennessee now that Levis is gone? Because you took him when Levis was there.
He was a big Tennessee fan for a minute. He was a huge Tennessee fan,
right?
He was riding Will Levis.
He was riding the Titans for a minute, man. CC was a huge Tennessee fan for a minute.
I'm taking Buffalo in that one, man. I think they just better. They just a better team. Mason Rudolph, no Mason Rudolph. The Titans, I don't think they got enough offensively for what Buffalo gonna do.
I agree. I'm rocking with Buffalo. Mason Rudolph, I think, is going to be able to get some wins, but I don't think this is a week he's going to get it. So I'm on circle the wagon with the Buffs as well. Bishop.
Oh man, come on, man. They didn't win. They added a wide receiver. They was already doing what they was doing with Josh Allen. Now they added a weapon out there. You got to go with the Bills, man. And they playing in Buffalo. You got to go with the Bills, man. I got to take Buffalo. Even though they struggled with the Jets last week, barely got away with a win on the road, 23-20. But I just feel like they at home. They trying to figure. They about to figure things out with adding Amari Cooper to that lineup. Give me Buffalo.
All right, next game, Cincinnati and Cleveland. We was just talking about this. This is going in. I'm going to take Cincinnati off the rip. Cleveland is of lack of, like, they do get Nick Chubb back. Of course, we have to see what Nick Chubb is going to be, but they don't have anyone on the outside anymore because Amari Cooper is going, and he was their primary. As it said, Deshaun Watson came out and said that was his guy, and now he's not there anymore. Cincinnati is up and coming, so I'm going to rock with the Bengals. Matter of fact, thinking of that, what do y'all think about Deshaun? Like, has Deshaun been pulling the wool over our eyes his whole career, and now we're finally seeing it, or is it just rough treading for him right now?
Man, we know the young bro got a lot of personal stuff going on. Whatever going on in his life definitely affected his football career because he was way better than what he's showing. Or maybe he don't have a passion or want to play no more. I personally still think that his teammates don't want him on the team, so that's why Cleveland is looking the way that they looking. I don't think they trying to help this guy out as much as possible. I don't even think the organization wants to help him out right now. That you get rid of your main weapon at receiver. It's very telling, that Cleveland organization right now, which is sad because they look like a tough team, and you wasted Myles Garrett and the rest of that defense good years.
So is that to say you're going with Cincinnati or Cleveland?
Oh, Cincinnati, man. Oh, Cincinnati.
That's amazing. You two both talking about how Joe Burrow ain't this, how Joe Burrow ain't that. You Trey talk about their squad ain't all this, ain't better than the Jets. Yet and still you over here picking the Cincinnati Bengals over the Cleveland
Browns. It's the Browns. You taking the Browns?
It's amazing. It is.
Are you taking the Browns?
I am not. Of course, I'm not taking the Browns because I'm high on Cincinnati. Why would I take the Browns? I'm taking the Bengals. I've said Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and all of them is doing things out there. I know they finna go into Cleveland and get a win in the dog pound.
Matchups matter. Matchups matter, and that's why we taking the Browns. I mean, that's why we taking the Bengals. Matchups matter.
Yeah. Okay.
You see my name? Do you see my name?
No, I do not.
Next game, the Houston Texans travel to Green Bay to take on the Packers. In this game, I want to continue to ride the Texans coattails and see what CJ Stroud and company would do. Now they are without the baddest man in the land, in my opinion, this year. That man being Collins, but they do get Dale back. They do have Diggs there still. Mixon is back in the fold. I think it's going to be more than enough for Green Bay to handle. I'm taking the Houston Texans this week. Bishop, who you got?
I don't know, man. It's hard, man. I hate going against CJ, man. That boy has proven himself, man, time and time again. But they going to
Lambeau. It sounds like you're about to.
They going to Lambeau. And it's hard to win in Lambeau. And they don't, and the Texans don't have Nico. I gotta go with the pack. I gotta go with the pack. Okay. I gotta go with the pack. I hate it. CJ, man, mad love for you, bro. But hey, I gotta go with the pack, man, at home, man.
This one, that's a tough pick.
It is. This will be my first loss of anything.
I'm gonna take the Texans only because I think their defense is slightly better than the Packers. Slightly better.
Right. Next game, Miami is back. However, they are still without Tua after coming off their bye, but they're still without Tua, facing against Anthony Richardson and the Indianapolis Colts.
Is Anthony back?
I was about to say, I think he is back. Or in any case, they still got Flacco, who has gotten them wins in the last.
That plays a difference. That plays a difference.
It does because I mean, who would you feel more comfortable being at the helm right now? Would it be Anthony or Joe?
That's a question in itself. That's a question in itself. That's a choice in itself.
Joe shows that he can still play in this league. Like Joe act like Joe has. I'm a Super Bowl winning quarterback, not just a Super Bowl quarterback. I'm a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But in case digression, they do not have John Taylor. He's out. Trey Sermon is still the running back there. This is a hard one, but in case CC start off with you, Indianapolis or Miami?
Man, that's a tough one. Huntley's still quarterbacking for Miami, right?
For Miami, correct.
It's not Thompson or So, man, in this one, I'm going with the Colts. I'm gonna take the Colts. They the home team, right? I'm taking the Colts.
Yeah, they at home.
Yes. Who you going with, Bishop?
Man, I'm gonna have to take the Colts too, man. Huntley. Being behind center in Philly, in Miami is just I'm gonna have to go with I feel it's like it's a win-win whether if it's Richardson or if it's Joe Flacco. So in this situation, on the road, Dolphins going to Indianapolis. I just gotta go with the Colts.
You know what? I was with y'all, right? 100%. I was with y'all, but I think Devin Achane is going to be a difference maker in this game. He's coming back after being out a couple of games with a concussion. He's coming back. If the Miami Dolphins are able to keep Richardson or Flacco, or let's be honest, if it's Richardson, we know he's probably going to do some running, in which he's probably going to end up being put out the game again, whether it be a couple of games or plays. I'm going to take Miami in this one. I'm going to take Miami.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy.
It's tough.
Yeah, buddy.
I'll take Miami.
Huntley, buddy.
Luke Huntley, I need you to show up, fam. Let's get it. This next one, right?
Buddy.
I had a certain mindset on this next one, right? Detroit at Minnesota.
Ooh.
So I had an Eric, you know what I'm saying, always goes in this because I know I'm going to get the whole unfriend me or we are friends anymore when I get ready to make my picks. As Eric so Minnesota and Detroit. I'll be honest, I have my first mindset is Detroit. And it's going, I'm thinking from an offensive standpoint. Although they have not been prevalent, the two-headed monster that they got in Detroit, because David Montgomery has been eating the carries up like a kid on Halloween. But Hutchinson is no longer there. And I think that's going to make a difference. I still look for the point in which Darnold hits the wall. But without Hutchinson, I don't think it's going to happen this time. So reluctantly, I am going with the Minnesota Vikings. But I was really looking at Detroit. But I'm going with Minnesota. Gentlemen, who y'all got?
I'm going that defense, man. I told you, Vikings at home. I like that defense at home. They haven't disappointed at home yet with that defense. I'm taking the Vikings defense versus whatever offense the Lions bring.
Man, listen, this was a hard one, man. This is a hard one.
What changed the tide for you?
For me?
Yeah, no, for Bishop, because I'm assuming that he's about to say Minnesota, but why did it become Minnesota? Because if he says a hard one, that means Detroit was on his mind at one point.
Yeah, it was. But when you said, oh boy, is out,
Aiden
Hutchinson, that's major. That's mad major that Hutchinson is out. However,
so CC is new best friend.
However, I don't know, man. It's gonna be some upsets this week, and this could possibly be the one. This could possibly be one.
This could be the week that both undefeated fall.
Yeah, this could be one. This could be the week. What? Yeah, both undefeated. Yeah, because they undefeated, and who else? Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City. Yeah. So, and Kansas City's playing who? 49ers. Oh
man, Trey.
One of them. I gotta. Yeah, one of them is got to be the one. Man, I want to go with Detroit so bad. Golly, I want to go to Detroit so bad. And as soon as I say that, I'm gonna be like wrong for saying that. Watch. I'll take the Vikings, man. I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Okay. Clean sweep with the Vikings. It's rough. I think the only person who, without a doubt, came in all week long with this mindset that Minnesota was going to win is CC, because I surely had Detroit. If Aiden Hutchinson had to win down 8, I would be checking Detroit. It would be Detroit on mine all day long. But I mean, it is what it is. That's a part of the football game. So the last game for the 12 o'clock set, the Philadelphia Eagles facing off against the New York Giants. The Giants, I think, have a little swagger in them now, but it's not enough for me. I'm taking Philly. CC, who you got? So I can let Bishop say what he's gonna say about it.
Now this is gonna be crazy.
Oh wait, what?
This is gonna be crazy.
Okay,
I'm taking the Giants in this game.
Oh,
this is why I'm taking the Giants in this game.
You disrespectful, unloyal son of a gun.
Hey, I could be wrong, but this is the second week. This is the second week for
he's out of there.
AJ
Brown.
He's
out of there.
This is the second week for AJ Brown.
Is that 6? Oh,
but I'm taking the Giants just because I think that they I think that they playing better offense right now than Philly playing. So I'm gonna take the Giants.
You know what? I think they found something. So I can understand. I can understand your pick, CC. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just not brave enough to go with that. But yeah,
your kickoff returner. Whoa!
Yeah, yep. Touchdown. Oh, tight rope.
Return?
Cincinnati. Jones.
Them Bengals, I don't know why y'all all hyped up and all that noise y'all was talking. Get out of here with all that. Man, you know, y'all already know it's Fly Eagles fly this way, baby. Y'all already know what it is, man. We better win this game and we better beat the brakes off these boys. Without question.
So we got all the early games out, so that's good. Now that those windows are starting now, 4 games. The late windows, right? Lost first up on the docket. The Las Vegas Raiders are at Los Angeles against the Los Angeles Rams. Of course, you know Los Angeles Rams are without Cooper Kupp because he was scratched. Expect to see him probably next week or the coming weeks. Bishop, the Raiders or the Rams? Who you got?
Man, give me the Rams. The Raiders ain't did nothing, man. The Raiders ain't did nothing. Give me the Rams.
Oops. Interception.
Give me the Rams.
Oh,
Jordan Love threw a pick already.
Did he?
Yep.
I must be behind.
Next up, CC, Raiders or Rams?
Raiders or Rams, man. Give me the Rams in that one. I got no faith in the Raiders whatsoever. No disrespect to Antonio Pierce, but I think he's a little bit in over his head and it's starting to show. It's starting to show real quick. Yeah, Rams.
So what you definitely can see, in my opinion, is that he doesn't know how to adjust with the fact of not having the top tier quarterback. Last year when he was playing, I mean, honestly, he didn't have anybody, but it was going on more of, I think it was an emotional drive. It was driving them to which put him in position to be the coach of them now. But like you said, it's a little, I mean, he's basically where he was last year. So he hasn't shown yet what he's going to be able to do. Oh my God, Montgomery is looking good. But in any case, I'm with y'all. I'm taking the Rams. Even without a Cooper Kupp, they still have a Matthew Stafford. Yeah, I think that makes a difference compared to Aiden O'Connell. So yeah, I'm going to rock with the Rams as well. Next up, the Carolina Panthers at the Washington Commanders. Does Carolina start to turn around, starting with this game against the touted Jaden Daniels, or does Washington just continue to build their resume and try to control the NFC East? Gentlemen, who y'all got? Washington? I mean, Cece, who you got? Washington or Carolina?
Did you see how good Jaden Daniels looked against the Ravens last week? I mean, just a few mistakes here and there, but hey, Jaden Daniels all the way, man. Watch the Commanders. I hate to say it, I mean, because they win in my division right now, but the Commanders against the Panthers, that's not even a fair fight.
Y'all already know I'm going Washington, man. The way that young whippersnapper is playing over there in Jaden Daniels, bro. I gotta go with Washington. There's no reason for me to go anywhere else. Damn.
I second Washington. I think it's more about Carolina than it is about Washington at this point. I think there at some point, like the second half of the season, have both of y'all played Washington already? Or no, y'all played Washington yet? Have y'all?
Nope.
No, I haven't played them yet. We got them on the last game of the season. We get them late. We get them twice late.
Okay. Next up, probably the marquee game, of course.
Seattle scored.
Touchdown.
Seattle scored on Atlanta.
It probably should have been flexed to the this game probably should have been flexed to the primetime game, but it isn't for, of course, other reasons except for Aaron Rodgers. But Kansas City Chiefs going to Levi Strauss Stadium, take on the San Francisco 49ers. People dub it as a rematch of the Super Bowl. I, for that fact of the matter, do not. But in case they're matching up first time since playing last year in the Super Bowl, I already figured I know y'all's picks, but I'm going to ask y'all anyway. Bishop, Kansas City or San Francisco?
Kansas City Chiefs and that bad man in Patrick Mahomes, baby. That Patrick Mahomes, baby. They finna go in there and show y'all why they beat them old boys last time. That's what they about to do. Let go.
CC?
I'm taking the Chiefs, of course. You know, that underrated defense of the Kansas City Chiefs, which always seem to impress in situational football. They bend but don't break, baby. And they going to keep doing that all the way to the playoffs again this year. I ain't going to say Super Bowl just yet, but I'm just saying, yeah, I don't think 49ers healthy enough neither to beat them right now.
So I would say, that was a nasty move, touchdown, flag. So I honestly thought about the possibility of picking against the San Francisco 49ers. I really did. I appeared on Chiefs Red Kingdom with Greg yesterday, in which we had a conversation, in which we talked, in which I had to take a lot of jabs. And I sat there and take a lot of on the 10 because he talked about the fact that the 49ers are 0-4 versus Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs in the last 5 years. And I thought about it. I thought about it wholeheartedly. But then I thought to myself, what am I even thinking about? San Francisco is going to get this dub. Even if they don't get this dub, it doesn't make a difference. It's regular season, and there's so much more football to be played.
What do you mean it don't make a difference? What's y'all record right now?
We're 3-3.
Y'all 3-3. Y'all take this loss. Y'all 3-4. It matters right now, especially when you watch the NFC North. Do you not see the NFC North right now? Do you not see the Commanders are outperforming and the Eagles are still decent. The Eagles got a better record than my squad and your squad right now. We facing not making the playoffs.
I get that. The most put right now, as it sits, the division champion in the NFC, only the division champions and the NFC North is the playoffs. That's it, because the whole NFC North or the whole NFC North have 4 wins or better. So I get it, I understand that, but it doesn't. So I'm saying it doesn't matter because because this is just week 7, we're 3 in. When the last time the 49ers lost 4 games in the division during the regular season, or 4 or more games. Well, they started out 3-4. We end up going to the Super Bowl.
You living off past experiences, man. That
is true. That is a past experience, but however
the well runs dry on occasion.
That's true. It does, and we have been consistent in that. Like we start out slow and stuff like that. And we've made it to the NFC Championship 3 of the last 4 years. In 1 year, it was based on the back of 3 different quarterbacks. So I still have. I'm reluctant to say that I think we're still good, even if we lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. The idea is we're not healthy, honestly. So when we get healthy, I foresee issues. So I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers, of course, in that next game, the primetime game, which is the New York Jets at the Pittsburgh Steelers. We talked in the stints about. We know Hassan Reddick is not going to be playing in this game because he's not expected to join the team till Monday because they're still working out portions of his contract. So their defense will be without Hassan Reddick. However, they will have Devontae Adams, another one of their new acquisitions, along with that defense, along with that offense. This is definitely a defense versus offense type of game because it's shaping up to be. CC, who you got, Pittsburgh or Detroit? Or New York?
Man, the Steelers. I don't see the Jets. I don't care who they put in that uniform right now. Until they clean house, they dysfunctional. Special teams fall apart. Everything that can go wrong with the Jets. So I'm going Steelers.
Okay. Bishop, New York or Pittsburgh?
Who you got? Who you got, Trey? Quit trying to pick up. Who you got? Who you got?
Well played, my friend.
Yeah. Who you got? Yeah, who you got?
I think I'm going with New York. I think I'm going with the New York Jets. I'm taking the New York Jets.
It's funny because that's who I was going to pick, the Jets. I was picking the Jets too. I'm taking the Jets. I feel like even though they playing on the road, I still feel like Aaron Rodgers by getting Devontae. I think they're going to show something. They got that camaraderie. They got that build together. I think they're gonna come out and I just not believing in Russell Wilson just finna come back
and just one of the best defenses in the game. I don't know.
I got that, but I don't think I understand what you're saying. But I think of what it is I don't think Russell's gonna be able to come off the bench like that and just shine like that in his first game.
Okay.
I don't.
I feel that. I understand.
I think Adams coming in is going to be more impactful for the Jets than Wilson coming in for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
I think that's the only thing I'm going off. I think that's what the stalemate is, and I think that is going to be
that's
because
finna lighten stuff up for Lazard. That's finna lighten stuff up for the other wide receiver. Like, bro,
Yes.
like now that you done added Devontae Adams over there, bro, you can't double team nobody no more. Not
Man,
like
my man Joey Porter Jr. ain't double teaming nobody. He ain't got to.
Okay.
My man
Correct.
Joey Porter Jr. ain't double teaming nobody.
So,
let's go,
true.
baby.
Okay.
Porter is probably going to be on Adams, but now that leaves Garrett to cook whoever else is who is it? Fitzpatrick or Lazard to sit up. Like that's the difference. Like adding him opens up, and then you still got two. You still got two prospects, great prospects at running back, and that's why I say I think Adams is going to be more beneficial for the offense of the Jets in this juncture. Now it might be different if Russell Wilson had already been installed. I think I would probably be going with, and knowing what they if they was at the same position 4-2 with the Russell Wilson over the last 3 games, then I'll be leaning towards the Jets and the Pittsburgh's and the defense.
Yeah, Russell could come off.
I understand.
So Monday night game, the Monday night games, that is another doubleheader from Monday night. First up on the docket, Baltimore and going to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium. Just coming off, do we see a situation just like Hurricane Katrina after Hurricane Milton ripped through the area? Do we see Tampa Bay galvanized and ready to go and take care of business versus the Baltimore Ravens? Or are we going to see a dud in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Bishop, who you got, Tampa Bay or Baltimore?
Man, that's so hard, man, because the way Baker is playing right now, he's playing good ball. Yeah, they won last week, 51 on the Saints. They put up 51 points.
Came back. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they put up 51 on the Saints on the comeback. And you know, when Baker feeling high, I'm taking the Bucks. Give me Baker Mayfield, man. Let me go with them Buccaneers, man.
Ooh,
somebody ain't going up. Yeah, I got you. Let me get them Bucks.
Ooh. Trey, what you got on it? You got something on
it? Yeah. Look, you always trying to wait on somebody. Get it, yeah.
I'm going with Baltimore in this one, right? I'm thinking that it's going to be a little more to overcoming. So what I think is Baker Mayfield is a very emotional player. He plays on his emotions a lot, and sometimes he allows his emotions to get the best of him. So I think there's going to be an emotional overdrive for him this game, in which is going to be detrimental to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think it's going to be an outright blowout or this complete throttling of them, but I think the emotions are going to be a little more for Baker Mayfield, in which is going to be detrimental for them. So I'm going with Baltimore in this one.
I still think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is suspect. If you don't turn the ball over to them, they have a hard time of stopping you from getting first downs. I see Henry short yardage situation. I see Henry getting it every time. So I'm going Ravens. I'm going Ravens in this one. I see Derrick Henry having a good game against that Bucs defense, especially the interior. Run right up the middle on them. Yeah, you got that all day.
I think, has Henry got his 100th touchdown yet?
Yeah, he did that last week, didn't he?
Did he get it?
I thought he got that already, like last week, right? Did he set the record last week?
I think he might have, but in any case, you're going to have on both sides 100-yard receivers, and I don't think what's the name get his too, or it might be a game with both of them because both of them are on the cusp of 100 yards, him and as well as Mike Evans. So maybe this is a game where both of them get their 100 touchdown, or just add to the.
I thought Mike Evans was out today. I thought Mike Evans ain't playing today, right? I thought he was out.
No, he's
tomorrow.
No,
you talking about tomorrow?
Tomorrow. I thought Mike Evans was out for tomorrow. I thought I saw that already, that he out versus the Ravens.
If he out, then I'm not picking the.
I thought Mike Evans was out
picking
already.
The Ravens, because if he out, I'm not picking the Bucks. If he out, I'm not picking the Bucks. If he out, I'm going with the Ravens.
I thought he was out.
Let me see. If he out, I'm picking the Bucks. I'm definitely not picking the. If he out, what? Let me see.
No, he's still active.
You sure he gonna play?
I don't know. Because he's on my fantasy team. He's still active. He's active.
I thought he was out for the game, man. Like he ain't
He has
healthy.
he has a hamstring, but he's active.
And it's a hamstring. Nah, I'm still riding with. You know what I'm saying? I'm sticking with the
Yes,
Ravens.
say one wrong step, that joker's gonna switch mine to the Ravens. Switch mine to the Ravens. I'm going with the Ravens. I'm not taking the Bucs in that. Nope. That dude got one bad wheel. Yeah, let's switch mine to the Ravens because if Mike Evans ain't there, it definitely ain't gonna be nothing. Yeah.
And then the last game, the Los Angeles Chargers will be facing off in Arizona against the Arizona Cardinals for the last game of the or the late game in on Monday night. So I'm taking the Chargers in this one. I don't see how. I know Ladd McConkey is back. That's their key receiver for Justin Herbert. We know Harbaugh tends to find ways to win, and I think I believe more in him. Especially with Arizona not having Marvin Harrison Jr. and with the launch of Call of Duty, I just think that is more conducive to the Chargers win. I'm going with the Chargers.
Man, this Justin Jefferson guy is great, man. Like, see, that's what I mean. CD Lamb can learn some things from this guy.
Good afternoon.
Make your quarterback look good. Make your quarterback look good. Hello. Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers as well, man. It ain't even no dispute to me. The Cardinals, they look all right. They can score points, but they can't stop a nosebleed. So give me the Chargers in that game.
Give me Kyler Murray, dog. Give me Kyler Murray and them Arizona Cardinals, man.
You sure?
Yeah, at home they're gonna.
I don't think they got Harrison. I think he's out.
That's cool. They ain't gotta have Harrison. They got Kyler.
You wouldn't believe that.
Ooh, why are you falling, bro? Golly, this nigga.
So that's what we have for the picks today. As we know, the games have already started. Off to where some. Oh man, come on! He was wide open, burner. What's up?
Justin Jefferson is so cold. 1,000 yards receiving before 8 games. That's an NFL record. That's an NFL record. 1,000 yard receive, whatever Tyreek Hill did last year. This dude's on pace to really get it. Like this is what, week 7, and he got 1,000 yards receiving already.
All he needs 1,000 more. That's what Tyreek was after last year was 2,000 yards receiving. We'll see if he can get it. We'll see. He might. The second half of the season might be different for them.
Yeah, it might be, but as of right now, look unstoppable.
So, of course, like you said, we got the picks already in. We'll see. Does Notre Dame continue to show that he does know?
Notre Dame's got to go down. I need some wins to catch up this week, so we'll bring you back down to earth a little bit with some of your picks.
You know what? All I had to do is be faster than the slowest man, right? And I stayed faster to the slowest man. Then when I was able to catch the fastest man, then now I'm out ahead. All I got to do is stay, because one of my first target was to be ahead by the end of week 8. And so I'm in pretty good position with that. So all I got to do is stay ahead. I don't
know. This week right here might be a telltale.
It will. You're right. Oh, interception. God dang it. No, it wasn't. So, of course, like I said, that's the show for today. I greatly appreciate y'all tapping in and watching this. Y'all know to find us come Thursday when we come back for next week's Monday night game. Thursday night game, and back here again on Monday night. I don't know. Maybe we do some NBA's coming up, so that's getting ready to start next week. So we might have to might have to set up a Friday night for the NBA, so we can talk and be there and talk about that. World Series is getting ready to crack off. Dodgers, we got to get this dub today.
My Yankees already there, baby. We waiting. Where y'all at?
It's going to even be a Subway series, or it's going to be a coastal series. Dodgers, you hold the key to how it's going to be. So let's get that going. Big Blue Wrecking Crew. Also WNBA
Game 5, right?
Game 5 championship. How that comes out, will it be the New York Liberty or will it be Minnesota Lynx? I'm pulling for the Lynx. Let's go. But of course, we'll see.
I think the Liberty got it. One game.
Yeah, it's in their position. Yeah, it's prime for them as a recent champion, and their squad is kind of like loaded. So it's definitely looking to be in their favor. But we'll see. Are they going to have someone to lock down Breanna Stewart and put her clamp her? I think if they could clamp her and keep Jones at bay, they got a chance. Nothing against Enescu, but I think that's where it lies. Come on. But in any case,
right. If the Liberty loses, then I guess that whole we don't have a big three is justified, right? In a loss, right?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Play or are they or it's gonna be just 5 and saying we ain't need a big 3 if they get the dub. So right. it definitely see. But in any case, we greatly appreciate y'all tapping in with us this morning. Look forward to seeing y'all later on in the week. It's myself, Bishop already dropped off. CC, the people's coach. We'll holler at y'all. Peace.
That's all later.
Take my picks.